industries, telling you about the challenges, the hardships, and the opportunities. Today, we're going to dive deep into residential real estate with an expert in real estate, Jennifer Johnson. Jennifer, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
No problem. Expert35's got a huge lineup. We've got somebody in health, long-term care, and family care tomorrow. We've got somebody in fitness, health insurance coming up, travel, roofing. I know Houston had a huge hailstorm, so we're going to talk about how to inspect your roof. So there's all kinds of challenges that are happening in and around real estate, in and around your house, in and around this COVID-19 and the shutdown. And we want to create an essence of opportunities and ways to move forward. If you want to join the conversation, all you got to do is text Expert35 to the number on the screen. And to follow Jennifer Johnson and all her expertise, you got to text Expert28. Jennifer,
my favorite number.
welcome to the show, and thank you for being here.
Oh, you're great to have me. Thank you.
Now, tell us a little bit about yourself, because I know you're not just an expert in real estate. You're a concierge realtor. So what is that? What does that mean?
Well, it's a fancy way for saying that I take all the stress out of buying or selling a house. For example, if you're selling a house and you need AC work done or plumbing or electrical, I book the vendor, I book the expert. I make sure they're there on time. I meet them at the house, so you never have to leave work. So that takes a lot of pressure off you. It's stress-free. So I take on the stress of buying and selling. You just stay at work, and it won't disrupt your schedule.
Awesome. So you're there. Obviously, when people are home, hey, it's a little easier, but it's even harder, right? Because now they have to get out of the house to show a property, and real estate's changing. So, first off, what are people's biggest concern in real estate right now?
Well, they're concerned that if it's a good time to buy or a good time to sell, what their property value is doing. There's just a lot of questions out there that people are concerned about.
And that brings up the next question, right? That's really interesting. Like, is this a good time to buy or sell real estate?
It is an excellent time to buy. Mortgage rates are low. There's inventory, there's sitting inventory. So people are more likely to make deals. They want to move their house. They want to move their property. It's also an excellent time to invest. If you've ever wanted to get into the investment game, this is a good time to buy a property and rent it out. People are going to need to unfortunately, probably sell their homes, and they will need a place to live. So having a good rental is a great option. And it's passive income. As long you make a good investment, don't buy too high, have a reasonable rate for rent, and this is an excellent time to do that.
And that's a great question. I got actually a question from the live viewers. How is the rental market? And that's coming from Shalini.
Well, great question. The rental market too is very competitive. People aren't moving as much. We've been at home, so people are cutting prices. It's a good time to look. If you're going to need to move out sometime and secure a lease, you don't have to have it right away. They may be able to work with you if you can start in June or July, but they would love to have you as a renter. They need to fill the spots.
And this is another question for our viewers. Even though interest rates are low, mortgage qualifications requirements are tightening. Do you see this continuing?
Well, it's an ebb and flow with restrictions. After the whole house market crash, they got really tight, got really strict, and people just want to invest. They want to protect their money. Banks are being super cautious now. In fact, a lot of mortgage companies are struggling. There are some good ones out there. I have a great resource. If you're looking to buy, invest, I've got some great mortgage resources for you that will help you and are still open or still viable.
Well, somebody's asking, do you know anybody who does jumbo mortgages?
I do. My friend Craig Levine with First United Bank. I hope I said it right. He's going to kill me if I didn't.
Well, no, that's right.
He does jumbo mortgages, and not very many people are doing it now because they don't want the risk. But Craig and his crew are there to work with you and help you.
Awesome. And now I got one from Danny Sheftel. He's asking, what's a good area in Houston to invest for a rental property?
Well, that's always a good rule of thumb is in the they don't I'm trying to be politically correct, the workforce area
Mhm.
where the factories are. um, it's the southeast. um, and I think a little hidden gem is Independence Heights. I think that is the perfect opportunity to go in low, and that neighborhood is developing and changing and will continue to increase. It's called Independence Heights, and it's directly north of the Heights over 610. It's a great little hidden gem back there because it's very convenient to everything. It's a great location.
And we'll
Get
put
in
those
early.
notes. We'll put those notes in the chat. So after once we're good off being live, we'll put those notes so people can follow that. A good follow up to that is, well, Kimberly is asking, are we seeing or are you seeing foreclosures already?
I have not personally, no. I
Mm-hmm.
think everybody's just staying at home. Banks are working with people. They're being more lenient. And that's a good question. If you're worried about your property and your mortgage, call your lender. Call your lender, and they're probably very open to working with you.
And
But make that call and don't wait.
another
Call
good
now.
question that's been popping up on the screen is this a good time to refinance? Like why is this a good time to refinance?
Absolutely a good time to refinance. I spoke of my friend Craig. Will help you refinance your house. I personally know a lot of people that are doing that right now. Mortgage rates are low. You can save a lot of money on your monthly payments, or you can shorten your term. Also, the title companies will help you through this transition. I know some good, very good vendors, very good sources of those.
Well, excellent. Great info, Jennifer. One of the biggest questions everybody has is this environment is just putting a lot of pressures on homeowners, right? They're losing their jobs, or even if they have their jobs, business is down, right? Um, what can they do?
Well, the first thing they need to do is don't panic. Stay calm and call a professional. Real estate agents are trained and licensed to help you through this.
Mm-hmm.
They will help you explore options. Again, your banker is your mortgage people are good people to call to work with you. Just
Uh-huh.
don't panic. This is going to pass. Houston has a resilient, very strong economy. But reach out to the people that you work with. And a real estate agent, whether it's me or somebody else, loves to offer advice and get you in the right mindset that it is not all doom and gloom. We're going to be okay. We're all in this together. It's just riding out this course, and we're going to
Well,
make it through it. We are so lucky to live in Houston, Texas.
for sure. So can you give us a couple of resources, maybe online resources? Because not everybody can, have access to, legal advice or, what are some resources available?
Actually, hard.com, where people go and search for fantasy
Mm-hmm.
houses and being all day, a lot of good information for consumers. TexasRealEstate.com, I believe I'm saying that right, is also great. They have tips for buyers and sellers and just sound advice. These are third party people who have no skin in the game. They're just there to help the consumer. And that's what real estate is. Real estate agents are there to protect you.
Mm-hmm.
We are there to make sure all the I's are crossed, all the I's are dotted, and the T's are crossed. That's our job. That's our responsibility. I get that backwards all the time.
And my favorite part of the show is what are the three action items that people can do right now? What should they start doing?
Well, I'm going to reiterate, stay calm, don't panic, and call a professional, whether your mortgage, your real estate agent, just call them and talk
Mm-hmm.
to them. They will definitely help you. That's what they're there for, and they love to talk about it. I could talk about real estate all day long.
And real estate's work for free. Like there's not a cost for it. So how does that work?
Absolutely. That's a great point. There's no obligation. Not if you're not a client of mine, I don't care. I'll talk to you. I would love to help you. There's no fee. The only way real estate agent gets paid is on the when you're listing or when you're selling a house, and they get paid from the listing. That's all. That's where their commission comes from. None of the back end work, like my concierge services, don't cost anybody anything. That's
Mm-hmm.
built into my commission. So,
Well, tied into that, is this a good time to buy a second home?
well, sure. I mean, it's a good time to buy. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
buying a second, if it's a vacation home or if you're investing, Absolutely. The market is good for that. You're going to find deals out there, but call a professional. Don't do it on your own.
And now, in your expert opinion, based on the state of the economy, how we're on this lockdown, in your expert opinion, what's next? What's going to be the next step?
Well, I think it will continue to be a buyer's market for a bit. But again, there's opportunity in there. Good time to buy a second home, good time to invest. But we're gonna come through this. Houston is very, very, very resilient, and I think it will rebound faster than most cities will. We've learned the hard way with the economic crash, the 2000s, and in the oil industry in the 80s. We've learned to diversify and protect the Houston community as a whole and the economy. It will come back. To stay vigilant.
Now, and you have a couple of resources that you offer as well, like in terms of free resources that people can have access to, like checklists. I think you mentioned that as well.
Oh yeah, I have got some checklists that what do you need to do to buy your house? What are you looking for? Checklists to go through, how to get a mortgage, how to get a loan, how to get an inspector. All that, I have a checklist with that. And then when you ready to sell your house, if you're selling your house, a checklist of what you need to do, what you need to fix, how do you need to stage, what's important to make paint color and all that. It goes, and it's very important to do that. If you want the highest price for your home, these are good rules to follow. You'll get the best price.
So if you want to follow Jennifer, if you want to get her contact and get all these checklists, text Expert28 to the number on the screen. It'll get you directly contacted Jennifer. We're also going to add all the comments. You're going to have the resources. We're going to add your contact info. There's so many good questions on the line, and we don't have time for all of them.
I can be here all day.
Jennifer Johnson is a concierge realtor expert here in Houston, Texas. So good having you on the show. Thank you so much for coming, Jennifer.
Oh, thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
when can I come back?
Yeah, no, and you totally come back. There's so many questions. And as we get further into this lockdown, there's going to be more pressures. But I love your 3 things, right? Like, don't panic. Let's do it one more time. What was it? Don't panic.
Stay calm.
Stay calm.
Call a professional.
And call a professional, right?
Yep.
I mean, I think a realtor really looks after you and is there to help. And I mean, I couldn't think of anybody better to have on the show than you, Jennifer. Thank you so much for joining us today, and all our audience for being here and the great questions today. Again, Expert35, 9:35 tomorrow. We'll be talking some more with other experts. Today was Jennifer Johnson with Real Estate. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the time. Thank you for having me.
All right, guys, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon.